surface. We need a long time at Select Committee. We need to hear this, and maybe we might get something right.
Call President Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to take a call on this, the first reading of the Education Amendment Bill. And sir, I also want to thank the Minister John Banks, as well as Heke Parata, as well as Catherine Judd, for the work that they've done on bringing this bill to the House. And what does this bill show, sir? It shows that this government is committed to ensuring that every young New Zealander has the skills and qualifications required to successfully participate in our modern economy. And we agree with members across the House that we have a great education system in this country, and we have some of the highest spending in the OECD on education. But we can do better, sir. And what is the problem? Well, our government inherited an education system that saw 1 in 5 students leaving school without the ability to read, write and do maths, sir. And that means their ability to contribute to society is limited. It means that it leads to a high level of welfare dependency, and it leads to crime and incarceration, sir. And in terms of Level 2 NCEA, which is considered entry level for jobs, 31% of school leavers are currently leaving school without NCEA Level 2. For Māori and Pacific, that's even worse. 52% for Māori and 41% for Pacific. That is, sir, is a travesty for those students. That is a travesty for their families and their communities. And it is a travesty for this country. So what is this bill going to change? Well, this bill is aimed at solving the long tail of underachievement in our education sector. The measures in this bill will lead to the goal that we've set out for 85% of 18-year-olds having NCEA Level 2 or better by 2017. They ask us how. Well, here's how, madam. It's about establishing clearer surrender and retention provisions, which Nikki Kay talked about, which will contribute towards learning environments that are both safe and conducive to positive student achievement. The bill also supports getting children into early childhood education earlier by enabling the ministry to assign a national student number to children likely to benefit from attending ECE services. It also makes other amendments for provisions such as flexible school timetabling, as well as clearer expectations for boards of trustees. Mr. Speaker, I held a public meeting in Maunga-Kia, and the feedback from parents was encouraging. They wanted to find out more about these schools and how they worked, how they could better improve outcomes for their children and their grandchildren. I've also met with a number of Pacifica groups, and they've said we are open to partnership schools being part of Pacifica learning in this country. I also went to a charter school in the United States, E.L. Haynes. And E.L. Haynes, sir, is a school that is full of minority kids, 95%. And what the data shows is that student achievement was recorded at 77% of students proficient or advanced in maths, 64% proficient or advanced in reading, and that compares to the state average of 43% and 44% respectively. Sir, this is about educational outcomes of our children, and it is about doing something different to address the long tail of underachievement. It will give our parents, our communities and our young people a choice. And while we are making great progress in education, we can and need to do better. I welcome and fully support this bill, and I look forward to debating this bill as it goes forward. Thank you, sir.
I call Sue Moroney.
Mr. Speaker. Look, it's really sad that none of the national members of Parliament can spend more than 3 minutes